Hey there, friends. Welcome back to more Kirby and the Forgotten Land. Last time, we began the game, and started off in the Natural Plains, with the first level, Downtown Grassland. In this episode, we're going to continue through the Natural Plains, but first, we're going to check on the Waddle Dees that we saved in Waddle Dee Town. So, the ruins that we found at Elfilin Inn, the Waddle Dees that we saved, have been making a village. The Waddle Dees are rebuilding their town. Save as many as you can to open up new buildings and helpful resources. Waddle Dee Cinema is now open. Rewatch some memorable scenes on the big screen. So there's a few things I want to point out, just real quick, right off the bat. One, we've only saved 9 Waddle Dees, excluding Bandana Waddle Dee over here. And not only in the short amount of time that they have been freed have they established, this settlement and have begun rebuilding multiple structures, but apparently the building with the highest priority was a cinema? I don't understand why, but okay, I guess they need some form of entertainment while they're rebuilding their ruins. But okay, so the Waddle Dee Cinema. It's basically as it says, it's a cinema. Welcome to the Waddle Dee Cinema. You can watch all kinds of movies here. Are you wondering why we built a cinema so soon? Well, it's because entertainment is important. Well, I guess there's my answer right there. So, which movie would you like to watch, Kirby? So, the cinema allows us to basically just look at the animated cutscenes throughout the video game over again. Nothing too crazy. If you just really want to see those cutscenes again, you can stop by here. It's free of charge. You can watch them as many times as you want. Nothing too crazy about that. Other than the cinema, though, there's a few extra things to see here already in Waddle Dee Town, despite its slow population. So there are all of these signs showing us how many Waddle Dees we need in order to finish these structures here. And there's also a Maxim Tomato here. Maxim Tomatoes, as the name would imply, fill your HP to maximum. So they're really, really good to have. So we need 50 Waddle Dees for that structure, 60 for that one, and 50 for the one on the far end there. There's no buildings here that we can make of just yet, so hopefully we can see what that comes of in the future. But also, if we go downhill here, there is a hidden spot right here that will give us a red coin. But also, we can use this warp star to head to Arrival Point. Now, what Arrival Point is, or Point of Arrival, is the starting area that we saw at the very, very beginning of the game. We can go back to it and explore it in a bit more detail. So, the beach doesn't really have anything too noteworthy, other than we can see that whenever Kirby is swimming, he's in a little floaty, which is really nice. Another nice visual detail is that whenever Kirby is using his sword, he kind of looks like another very iconic Nintendo protagonist, which is a nice little addition. The tutorials do show up again. You're pretty much just reliving the tutorial. Everything's the same. The boxes are here. All the enemies will be the same. So you can technically use this to farm collectibles if you really want. We can also cut these vines for bonus loot that we couldn't do earlier, because we didn't have a sword. We get to see this awesome opening area as well, where where Kirby walks into this clearing and we get the huge blast of music. It's always really nice. Get to say hi to Blade Knight again. And an enemy that I did not touch upon in the previous episode that I want to mention here, these guys are Cappies. They basically have huge mushroom heads, or that they use as hats. And it can kind of seem as like an extra line of defense for them. Which is basically means that they're a bit tankier, you know? Take a bit more to kill. Cappies have a very interesting role throughout the history of Kirby. They've been regular enemies before, just like this game, but they've also been integral characters in the Kirby Right Back At You show. I'm gonna go ahead and get Bomb from this Pop Quiz. So, Cappies have an interesting history. Similar with Kabu, the big rolling, cylindrical-like enemy. Oh, there he is. I just blew him up right there. He also has a very interesting part to play in that TV show. It's kind of like a god figure, so which is pretty interesting, especially since he's just a regular enemy in this game. So, yeah, the roles of enemies vary throughout this series. So there is no cuts. There are no more 3D animated cutscenes here. If you want to go see those again, you have to go to the cinema. It just kind of skips right to the car, which again we can burst through and destroy objects in our way. So apparently, I mean, the environment around us, it seems to be fairly desolate and in disrepair for who knows how long. So I wonder how Kirby can actually, you know, turn on the car. I mean, he's basically just sucking it up from like the roof through the windshield. So I wonder exactly how he's operating this. But once we pass this bridge that we toppled earlier, it just sends us straight to Waddle Dee Town. No opening piece of music, no more tutorial battle. We're just sent straight back here. So I'm gonna once again abandon on the Waddle Dee, but first let's see if he has anything new to say. You want a second player to join? Okay, nothing new to say. So let's jump back into the world map, and I think that's everything for us to see here in Waddle Dee Town right now. So let's continue our trek in the Natural Plains. Alright, so the next stage, through the tunnel. We've got 10 Waddle Dees to save here. Let's get started. Alright, first things first, always look behind where we start. It's a good habit to get into when it comes to these types of games, where you need to explore every corner. Alright, so some simple flowers here, and we've got a new enemy. Hothead, which obviously is because his head is hot. This gives us Fire Kirby, which is basically what it sounds like. We can spit fire, we can turn ourselves into a ball of fire to launch ourselves at enemies, we can burn objects like candles, and, oh, well, we need to light 4 lantern switches. We can do that, because we're Fire Kirby. We cannot do that with any other ability, because that's Fire's unique gimmick. It's their quirk. Similar to how Sword can cut vines and ropes, Fire can set things on fire. Burn that guy up. Okay, and those flying guys right there, I believe they're called Bronto Burt. I don't think I mentioned them in the previous episode, but they just fly around. They're relatively harmless. Just don't let them overwhelm you. And we have another mouthful mode here, the Dome Mouth. Just wiggle around like in the previous stage. Touch this button, and it opens up this western wall. We're surrounded by Woofies. Just take them all down, and that was another secret. We needed to find this secret room, so we've done that. And for our troubles, we get our first hidden Waddle Dee. Anything else in this room? Doesn't look like it. All right. So let's press forward. Taking this guy in midair. It's always nice. Check around for some lanterns and make sure that we haven't missed any. As I kind of just hugged the left side of this room, I want to make sure I did not miss a lantern. Does not look like it. I think I'm in the clear for right now. Alright, cool. So we can move around pretty fast utilizing the fire ability. Speedrunners of this game utilize the fire ability a lot in midair in order to maneuver around stages quickly. Taking this Kabu here. Jump over, grab this money. I don't see any lanterns, so let's press forward. If you saw on that door, it had 3 stars on it, which meant that is proceeding to the next section of a level. If there are doors with a 1 star above it, then that means that it is an optional area, which means that we aren't forced into a new area that we can't go back from. Instead, it's more of a puzzle area that we are returned to our original location once we finish it. These right here are called Gordo bars. They're basically longer versions of enemies we'll see later, named Gordos. They're invincible enemies that are just there to be a nuisance. However, by holding the block button, you are invincible against the Gordos. Another thing that you can do with the Gordos is that if you block, you can just dodge right through them. Just make sure you have enough space. If Kirby takes enough damage, he'll lose his copy ability. Gordos are notorious for making you lose your copy ability. Jumping up this area right here, we press this button, and it allows us to get a capsule. Alright, we lit this lantern right here, which was our 3rd lantern. So let's proceed through these moving platforms here. Let's take down this hothead. There's some hams and eggs, it looked like. Didn't get to see that second item. So Woofy's down. And jump up. I missed that. Oh no! No. Thankfully, Kirby is really good at surviving falls like that because he's able to float. You can't float forever, but you can float for a long time. It allows you to really save yourself from falling. Here's some regular Gordos, by the way. Let's burn this 4th lantern. And that gives us that hidden Waddle Dee. Go up this hidden pathway up here. Let's burn this bomb block. And it gives us another hidden Waddle Dee. Our second one. We haven't missed one yet. The game will tell you if you have missed a Waddle Dee. If you've gotten the first Waddle Dee and it shows you, and then you get another Waddle Dee and it's the 3rd one apparently, that means you missed one. So you'll need to make sure to backtrack and make sure. So here's some rope that has a little bit of a lit flare right here. If we light it on fire, it begins to burn up. We need to see where that rope ends, which looks like this cannon right here, which we can jump into. And if we are in the cannon whenever the fuse is fully lit, we are sent flying like that, which leads us to another hidden Waddle Dee. That's our 3rd one. We haven't missed one yet, which is good. Let's see here. Have I gotten everything else? I'm still missing one hidden thing outside of this extra Waddle Dee. Okay, so now we've got a big Kaboo just chilling out right here, looks like. Similar to regular Kaboo, they just kind of roll around, they just have a lot more health, and they're much bigger. Thankfully, fire has a unique property where if you burn an enemy for long enough, they just take a lot of damage. And now we're Stairs Mouth Kirby. We literally are inhaling an entire pair of stairs, and we're able to crush with seemingly large enemies. And we're also able to topple these broken walls. Conveniently lined up coins. I'll take it. What? I love how Kirby just kind of hops around and wiggles. Oh, I signed that. Just kind of wiggles around. But we can align ourselves right here and spit out the stairs. We can jump up them. Destroy this bomb block. And get ourselves a capsule. Not bad. And that was our final hidden objective. Now we just need to find this last Waddle Dee. So we're at a bit of a dilemma here, it looks like. So I need the fire ability in order to light that cannon. I could just press forward, but I need to figure this out. So we need to put the stairs somewhere. We need to light this fuse, but if I put the stairs right here, it'll be in the way. So what I should do is move the stairs back down here. I'm surprised that's standing. I'm going to light the fire. I'm then going to inhale the stairs, wait for the fire fuse to move there, and then quickly jump up into the cannon. There we go. I'm surprised Kirby does not have an extreme concussion from how many times he's been launched out of a cannon towards solid objects. So we got some money and our final hidden Waddle Dee for the stage. Nice. Next up is to head to the endpoint. I think I'm done with fire for a bit. Let's inhale the cover. Alright. So, moving on to the next area. Find ourselves in an open area with a Blade Knight and a Woofy. I don't really see anything else of importance. It's just kill that Blade Knight. Let's cut this grass. Maybe there'll be some coins. Yep, there is. Right. Oh, there's a hidden treasure chest here with a capsule. Oh, that's nice. I don't see anything else, so let's take our Waddle Dees and move on. Just 3 Waddle Dees for clearing, 4 for the hidden. Then there was 1 for the secret room, 1 for the lanterns, and 1 for the wanted poster. Nice. So we have Torturner. Torturner has a whole shell made of concrete, as if it walked off somebody's sidewalk. It has a thick skull and a mean bite, but its body is pretty delicate. A mouthful mode ability might help you crack through its shell and land a brutal blow from above. Next is Conemouth Kirby. Kirby gained the mysterious mouthful mode ability after he flew through that vortex. Now he can stuff an entire cone in his mouth. Use your pointy head to jab below you and burst open cracks on the ground with pipes. You're out of control, Kirby. Yeah, the English localizers for this game had a lot of fun with the puns. Bomb Kirby. Hold down the button and to aim and throw. Got it? Hold, aim, throw. Throw, hit, boom! You can run and throw them too, or roll them ahead of you to get an explosive strike. I prefer that method. Good old bomb bowling. That was stage 2. Next up on the list, Rocky Rollin' Road. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All Waddle Dees saved. That's 19 now. It's pretty good. Not enough to make a new building, but we're making progress. The Waddle Dees the Waddle Dees you saved have found a new mysterious area, Treasure Road. There could be rare items in there. Hop in and explore. Treasure roads are an interesting gameplay gimmick. We won't be looking at them today, but we'll be checking them out soon, and I'll explain them further in depth then. But for right now, let's go ahead and continue into Rocky Rollin' Road. I have a good feeling about this one. Once again, 10 Waddle Dees to save. Let's get them all. Alright, we got just a hidden Woofy right there, ready to ambush us. Another one right here. Didn't quite finish him off. There we go. Alright, we've got another big guy right here. Let's just take him down. I think that was a Jab Hog, who will give us an ability that we'll check out in a second. But first things first, this sniper-looking cute doggy is Bernard, who gives us the Ranger ability. The first time in the series that Kirby's been given a gun. And quite menacing with that too. You can shoot enemies from a distance just with regular lemon shots, or you can charge it up and deal massive damage. One of the objectives we had was to eat snacks off tree stumps, and we've already gotten 2 of them. The reticle is fairly forgiving on the charge-up shot for Ranger, so don't be afraid to use it. Jab Hogs here are fairly invulnerable whenever they're in their huge spike mode. So just wait for them to get out of that mode and then fire a shot at them. The Ranger ability is fairly interesting. It's not my favorite, but it's fairly simple to use. It comes in handy in a few situations. So, you know, it's not too bad. I still prefer Bomb the most, though, so far. They got a lot of rolling rocks here. You need to make sure to avoid those. But I want to get as many coins as possible. I'm very greedy. Stepping on that hidden spot, it gives us a path of coins that shows us that there's a hidden area over here, lined up with flowers. And that was one of our objectives. Let's take down these cappies. Eat this piece of corn. It's just chilling around. Open up this dome for a capsule. Alright, first capsule. Just make sure the path is clear before jumping down. And move on. So now our path is thinned. We need to be very careful about how we move forward. So there's a reticle for a target up here that we can shoot down that will open up a secret area. This is the 1-star doors I was talking about earlier. This is an optional area that we don't have to commit to. It's just if you want to do something optional for a reward, you're free to do so. So it looks like we have to destroy all of these targets before they float down. Because we can't shoot through grates, so we have to do our best there. For shooting them all down in time, we get a treasure chest with a Waddle Dee in it. I'm so sorry that you couldn't breathe in there. We were both caged and inside of a chest. Such a terrible fate. There's a Ranger capsule here if you needed it. The capsules will give you the ability you want to turn into. So if you didn't get Ranger, well, there you go. Very thin piece right here. Just jump and you'll be fine. Alright. There's a little hidden spot right here with our milk carton, which is our third and final snack on the tree stump. Moving downhill here, there's a big rock. Just avoid the smaller debris. Okay, I wasted my time there. If you run fast enough, you can hit this block before the big rock destroys it, and it'll give you a Waddle Dee. Exactly what we want. Third Waddle Dee out of 4. And a free hot dog. This isn't bad. I'll take it. Cappy just chilling right there. I'm not a big fan of whenever 3D games with non-moving cameras like hide enemies in the lower part of the screen because it's really hard to see them. It always jump scares me a bit. But we get the car mouthful mode here. Or we speed up just to ram enemies. Don't want to hit any walls here, else I'll get stopped. Ooh. Do some nice jumping here. The controlling on the car is really nice. It's fairly satisfying. And we get our fourth and final Waddle Dee inside of this hidden area right here. Let me check. We got one more. We got one more objective to complete. Let's take down those Kaboos. The Ranger ability goes pretty far, so I'm perfectly okay taking them down from range. Let's just avoid these huge boulders. Move our way up. Okay, so we're at the end here, but I gotta figure out some way of breaking these. So I'm actually going to go back down and grab that car. I'll see you guys later. So we drive without falling off the edge. That was our last hidden thing, which is interesting. We didn't even have to. Okay, we didn't even have to break those blocks in order to get the objective. We just had to make sure that we got the car to the end here. Neat. Okay. Well, we could grab these guys, but I think it would be more interesting if we took our attention to this tree right here. So let's jump up here. One, there's a little hidden spot right here with some snacks. But also, if you take your attention to that hidden room, just right above it, we see another target that we couldn't see or hit before. But what if we were to shoot at it now? And not miss. Come on. There we go. Another hidden area. This one's a bit more rigid. We have to jump them individually, but whatever. Don't fall off, Kirby. But eventually... Maybe if I float. Yeah, that's better. We enter a very hidden area. Where we can slide down this huge slope. Getting some money. Oh, that's gonna haunt me. Oh, that's gonna haunt me. Right, so we get a nice, like, really hidden area. Okay. These flowers bloom. And we enter a HAL room. Now, HAL, or HAL Laboratories, which are the developers of the Kirby franchise, this is kind of a running gag with their games, where they'll put secret rooms for players to find, where, you know, their name is on full display, and there's usually some neat copy abilities and Easter eggs here. And this is the first of many HAL rooms in Kirby and the Forgotten Land, where we can gain access to copy abilities that we won't have for many levels. So, let's go ahead and check them out. I'm not going to go into too much detail when it comes to the copy abilities that we'll see much later, but I want to unlock them at least. So, first things first, we have Ice Kirby. Fairly standard Kirby. It's similar to Fire, and they breathe ice instead of fire. And it's also slightly faster. You're able to skate around. Very graceful. Next, we have Hammer Kirby. Hammer Kirby, as the name would imply, is granted a hammer, which they can use to slam down on enemies. Also, when charged up, it has a fire effect, which can be used to solve certain fire puzzles. There are still some puzzles that fire can only do, but hammer can be a nice substitute for that if needed. Next, the ability that the Jab Hog will give you, Needle Kirby, where you expand full of needles. You can basically grab a bunch of enemies together and just pile through, you know, huge waves of enemies with it. And finally is Tornado Kirby. Tornado Kirby, as the name would also imply, is a giant tornado that you can use to destroy objects and enemies alike. And gain capsules, apparently. I really like Tornado, especially in this game. It just feels so satisfying to use. And again, just get another capsule right there. Alright. Nice job, Tornado Kirby. I'm not going to be using any of these too much, but I'll go ahead and grab Hammer Kirby for the road. But that's our first HAL room. Out of, again, many. I think it's worth it going out of your way to unlock this room and grab the abilities that you want. That's 6 new abilities this episode. Wow. Of course, we're always rewarded with a nice little jig. So there's our Waddle Dee saved. And what capsules did we get? We got the car. No description for that one. We got a car shop sign. This logo belonged to an auto shop named Whole-Line Custom Autos, part of the Whole-Line Corps. Whole-Line also sold industrial parts, managed construction, and made all kinds of stuff. From buildings to streets to amusement park rides. Remember, if it's quality, it's Whole-Line. Perhaps it was. Would be more accurate. And Bronto Burt. And a Blue Star coin. Again, there's a capsule for basically everything in this game. And with that, we get the next stage, a trip to Arrival Mall. All Waddle Dees saved. and a Howl Room discovered. And it opens up more treasure roads. Usually, whenever you complete a level within a world, more and more treasure roads will open up. But trust me, we'll get to that very soon. But not right now. One last thing before I go. I want to go ahead and pay attention to the capsules. By pushing the minus button, we can see our collection of capsules. Currently, we have 10 of 79 capsules. If you want to just kind of review or look at your capsules, you can review them here. There's no dynamic camera angle or anything, but you can review them here. Rarer capsules, usually 3 stars, have a little bit of a sparkle to them, as you can see with Conemouth Kirby, or the captured Waddle Dees. But 2 stars, like Bronto Bird here, don't, because Bronto Bird is not nearly as unique and special as everyone else. And even Bronto Bird was beaten out by a car shop sign. Just let that sink in. Bronto Bird does not deserve this hatred, but whatever. It's the game's decision to demote Bronto Bird to this terrible status, but not my place. But with that, I think that's a good place to wrap up here. We completed two more stages in Natural Plains. We saw what the Waddle Dees were doing, and we discovered our first super secret Howl Room. So I guess next time, I'll be showing off some of these treasure roads. We'll be paying a trip to a Lionville Mall, and hopefully seeing what else the Natural Plains has to offer. So with that, I'll see you soon.